Yes, it is true, no checks for SSI in April. Supplemental Security Income. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Alright, now first off, please don't worry. I'm here to give you all the details and clarify what is actually going on, as I've had a number of people reaching out down below in the comment section right here in the community saying, I heard as an SSI beneficiary, we're not going to be getting checks in April. Is this true, and can you give us all the details? Well, yes, that's what I want to talk about here in this video, and yes, it is actually true. Checks will not be arriving for SSI beneficiaries in April. However, is this something you need to be worried about? No, not at all. So please, let me explain all the details about this and hopefully give a little bit more peace of mind with everything going on, because I've had a lot of questions coming in about this. So let's get into it and discuss all those details. However, really fast before we do, thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and because I am your one and only daily advocate. Not only that, because we are rapidly approaching 500,000 subscribers right here on the channel, and it would mean so much to me if you hit that subscribe button down below. And also remember, I'm here for you every single day, no matter what, to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as that is my dedication, my commitment, and my promise to you and everybody right here in the community to continuously watch all of this new information hitting the wire, breaking it all down into these short videos so you can stay posted on what is actually going on, as it's a very busy time, it's a confusing time, and a very uncertain time that we're currently living through. And I also want to point out anything out there right now you can possibly grab and or take advantage of. So again, I'm here for you as much as I can be. We've got to stick together through this time. It is us against Congress. Who's going to win, right? Well, I'm just kidding. Let's just get into it and talk about what's going on here, as I truly am here for you no matter what, as it's a very busy time and things are very, very strange right now. So again, please subscribe down below. Let's get into it and talk about what's going on here. And what do I mean by no checks arriving for SSI in April? Sounds kind of scary, right? Well, no. It's actually not scary at all. And again, I've seen this down below a number of times here, so I wanted to make this dedicated video because, like I've said before in other videos, anytime that I see the same questions coming up time and time again, I always like to come back in a dedicated video, because if I see the same questions so many times, I realize there's probably a lot of other people out there wondering the exact same thing. All right, so let's break it down short and sweet right here, right now. Here's what it comes down to. You will still be getting a check for the month of April. It's just not going to be arriving in the month of April. Here's why. And again, this is nothing new here. This is the same old thing that's been happening for a very, very long time. It just happens to be happening in April. And again, this is adding a lot of confusion to things that are going on. But again, as soon as I explain this, again, we'll all be like, oh, seriously, that's why? Yeah, exactly, that's why. All right, so here's what it is. April 1st lands on a Saturday. Well, we all know as SSI beneficiaries, anytime that the first of the month lands on either a holiday or it lands on a weekend, your benefit does not arrive on that day. It arrives the Friday before. Not bad, right? Sounds pretty awesome to me, getting paid a day early, or sometimes even 2 days early. Or the best of the situations is when when New Year's Day lands on Monday, because that's the holiday in which the first is a holiday. When it lands on a Monday, you're not going to get paid on Monday, you're not going to get paid on Sunday, you're not going to get paid on Saturday, but you get paid 3 days early. So that is an awesome situation, but obviously April is not the beginning of the year. It's obviously not New Year's, so obviously that only comes around every so often. But let me talk you through the details really fast, and again, here's what it is. April 1st is a Saturday, therefore, you're right. You're not going to get your check on Saturday in April, but rather you're going to get it on Friday, March 31st. So that's what it comes down to. And remember this much as well. May 1st is a Monday, so therefore you're not going to get May's check in April. So that's what it means. It does not mean that checks are ending. It does not mean that SSI is going away. It does not mean anything other than the fact that checks are just not arriving in April because of the placement of the calendar. That's it. That's all it comes down to. So I hope this offers some clarification, but that's literally all it comes down to, okay? SSI is not going anywhere. I know right now, like I said earlier, it's a confusing and a very uncertain time. I agree. It's very, very weird, right? I'm watching all this stuff every single day, and as I do this research and I see all this stuff coming up, it's like, could this possibly be happening? I mean, literally every day when I go through all this stuff and I find all of this information as I'm doing research, I feel like, what else could I possibly find right now? There's so many weird things that are happening. It's like, I've heard it all. I promise. I've heard everything. And then sure enough, the next day comes by and it's like, wow, Didn't think that was going to happen. Didn't realize I was going to be reading that today. You know what I mean? So it's literally every single day, new things are popping up all the time. So I know there's a lot of people who are fixed income, low income beneficiaries worried right now that benefits are going away, especially with all of this debt ceiling talk, right? We've been hearing a ton about the debt ceiling, and Congress is doing nothing. They're twiddling their thumbs. They're going on vacation. They're who knows what else. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot of confusion out there, and there's a lot of people that are very concerned about their benefits going away. I can tell you this much. There's nothing to worry about right now, okay? Congress is going to do what Congress does. They're going to draw the clock down. They do this all the time. Why? Because it gives them leverage when it comes down to negotiations. The closer that they are to the deadline, the faster that they need to act, and the more severe the consequences. So therefore, they need to come together on concessions. So they do this all the time. It's not uncommon for them to miss deadlines. However, we certainly don't want them to miss the deadline when it comes to the debt ceiling negotiations because, well, that could be a pretty bad thing if they miss that one. So they probably won't miss this one. But again, I've seen some questions down below, and I've even had a number of people reaching out to me privately through email saying, I'm super worried about my benefit right now. I cannot afford to miss a benefit payment right now. Do you know anything about this? Well, here's what we do know. Yeah, they're basically just drawing down the clock. We know that they are talking. We know that negotiations are slow, but that's about what we know right now. We also do know that we have some time. We know that we have, well, at least a couple months here, okay? We have a few months to go here before we really need to worry and panic about this stuff. But as of right now, I can tell you this much. Your benefits are not ending. Your benefits are not going anywhere. You will still get your benefits just as you always have been. But just like in the case of April, they're not going to be arriving in some instances, like April, in the exact month of. But again, this is nothing new here. As an SSI beneficiary, you already know this stuff, okay? I mean, seriously, let's just be real. This has been happening for a very long time. There's many months throughout the course of every single year. There's usually a handful of months, 2-3 months, something like that, where the first happens to land on either a holiday or it lands on a weekend. Therefore, your benefits don't arrive on that day, but rather it arrives a day, 2, or maybe 3 days early in some instances. So that's what it comes down to. Hope that answers your question and alleviates some of the concerns out there. Again, I'm watching everything closely. If there was anything that came up that said, oh my, benefits are going to be ending next month, don't worry. I'd be right here for you, breaking that down, and then you know the details about that. But that is not the case. And if anybody's telling you that your benefits are ending, it's not happening, okay? I can reassure you that much. Your benefits are not ending anytime soon. There's no reason for it. They have plenty of money. And there's just no reason. There's no plan to discontinue any of these benefits at any time, okay? So please don't worry about it. Even when it comes down to Social Security and this whole insolvency issue, that is still so far out into the future. There's nothing to worry about right now. At this time, according to the latest numbers, it looks like it's out about 9 years from right now. So again, 9 years is a long time. We don't need to worry about it today, not next week, not next month, and not even over the next year or even 5 years. And when it comes down to SSI, SSI has been around for a very long time. This program is not going anywhere either. It may get reformed at some point, and that would not necessarily be a bad thing. That'd actually be a good thing if they reformed SSI, because the only thing they could do to SSI is make it better. I mean, let's just be real. SSI, it's a nice program, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of things that need to be fixed on it. If they were to do anything to SSI, honestly, they could probably only improve the program at this point because it's so undernourished at this point, as in it needs to be fixed in a major, major way. If they did anything to it, it'd probably be pretty good. So just saying, right? I think we all probably know, those of you that receive SSI, you know what I'm talking about. The benefits need to be increased. Program needs to be reformed. A lot of changes there. So long story short, hope this one helps you out to better understand what's going on. Again, I know that we all know this, but again, I want to come back really quickly and just kind of shake out the details, reassure you, you're good to go. You will continue getting your benefit, no problem whatsoever. Now again, everybody's situation is different. Maybe in some very isolated cases, maybe some people are on the fence about, getting benefits or not, things like that. So again, I'm speaking in general terms here. But in general, benefits are not going anywhere. They're not ending. They're not canceling, nothing like that. And this is what it is. You'll get your check a day early for SSI in the month of April. Make sense? Anyway, hope this helps you out a little bit further. But again, I'm going to continue watching everything closely right now, including all the bills packages and proposals in Congress, as well as this whole debt ceiling issue. I know it's concerning, but again, we got to watch it here. We still got plenty of time. and we know that Congress is going to run this clock down, right? So either way, I'm here for you. Please make sure to leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below. Make sure to subscribe down below. It's totally free to do so. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day. Please remember, I'm here for you as much as I can be. Have a good one. Enjoy, take care, and catch you again later in the next video.